we did a collective reading together, me and the wifey, for the spiritual community. Um, got a lot of messages, a lot of stuff came in strong. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna get into it.
You're gonna jump into it.
I'm gonna jump
I'm
into
gonna
it.
do
She's
it.
doing my hair currently. So I'm gonna relate what we picked up. And if you have any comments, you can feel free to add them into the mix. So the theme of this one is gonna be a shark in the water. Now, for two specific groups, this is primarily an external issue. So, for group one, this external issue is a person or a situation that is causing a lot of intense fear, a lot of intense anxiety, something that you feel is dangerous. But the reality of the situation is that you're overplaying this in your mind. You have built this thing up to be a shark when in reality, it's just a little guppy. It's just a fish. There is no real danger. You're going to be all right. So confront the situation, deal with the issue. And for either somebody specific or for the group in general, take it if it resonates. You're the one on top. You're the one with all the aces. You're holding all the cards. So play your hand. It's going to be okay. You got this. Now, for group two, this shark represents an idea or a person or an ideology that you are idolizing. It's something that you see as powerful or wise, something that deserves your respect or admiration. But within this group are two subgroups, and for the first, the reality is that the thing or person you're idolizing is a fraud. The person that you're idolizing is living behind a fake image. This idea that you're holding up in your head is built on an illusion. There's no real power behind it. These things are not powerful, they are not wise, they are not deserving of your admiration or your respect. Do not put them up on some sort of pedestal. Now for the second subgroup, the person that you're putting on this pedestal is wise and or powerful, but you don't see what it took to get there. For this person, they started off at Made in Energy and worked their way through a very hard, very taxing process filled with blood, sweat, and tears to become the person that they are. Now you see the final product and you're trying to imitate it, but it doesn't work that way. What's critical here is that you're going to have to go on your own very unique, very special journey in order to find your own power, in order to find your own strength and wisdom. And until you can do that, you're not going to be able to handle the kind of things that they handle. You're not going to be able to do the kind of things they do or operate in the kind of energy that they operate in. You don't have to hold them up in a pedestal. You just have to go on your own journey. Now, the shark in the water represents something primarily internal for another two groups. And there can be a lot of overlap between the two because, as we know, what happens internally tends to manifest externally. Now, for the first of these groups, this internal struggle represents an internal fear. There are definitely skeletons in the closet. There are some traumas, some past fears that you've repressed or that you're avoiding that are screwing up your system. Now you're going to have to delve into it. It's going to be scary, absolutely. But if you want to find peace, you're going to have to deal with it. And for some people in this group, again, take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, leave it. This finding these skeletons looks like opening up your third eye and doing some intense shadow work. Once you're able to overcome your internal antagonists, you're going to have to start taking on the external energies that are hampering you. There are some people that you definitely got to set some hard boundaries with. And again, take it if it resonates. You might have to cut some people out altogether. But once you're able to take on the internal issues and then deal with the external manifestations, you're going to reclaim and unlock your authenticity. And that is going to be the superpower that helps you repel any of the bullshit energies that are trying to invade your life. It's going to really help you regain your internal power. For group two, the shark represents an issue of balance. And here's where we're going to go in depth because there's a lot of nuance and facets to this issue. This group is aspiring to operate in a very specific kind of energy because they perceive it as powerful, but they don't understand that it is very imbalanced or very misused. It's a warped form of feminine energy. Um, you guys want feminine energy to be something that it really isn't. See, the feminine energy strength is in receiving, it's in cultivating, it's in creating. Um, its strength is not in acting and moving plans forward. Yet you're trying to move and execute plans from the feminine energy, and it's to your detriment. And it really all comes down to a misunderstanding and a fear of masculine energy.
Okay, I was just saying there's such a toxic view around masculine energy Because there is that toxic masculinity, and then there's also just society's very wrong view of how masculine energy operates.
Yeah.
And so people are like, no, like women are strong and it's like, yeah, but we all have masculine and feminine energy, and that feminine is the receiving, the masculine is the doing.
Yeah.
Like you can't move without the masculine. So if you feel that way and like you're a little triggered by hearing that, you gotta look at your beliefs around masculine energy, because it's probably a flawed view of masculine energy.
Fair enough. I would agree. It can be due to any number of reasons, you know. You could have had a mother growing up that operated from very strong masculine energy and a father that operated in feminine energy, and it created a lot of severe disharmony in the home, and now it screwed up your sense and your understanding of these two energies. Completely normal. Happens to a lot of people.
I say that not from a judging space, but just as someone who's had that.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen it a lot, and it's happened in our own lives. You've experienced it, so absolutely fair. But yeah, regardless of the how, the why, this group is in this energy. And for some in this group, they don't even understand that they are here in this energy. They think that they have the masculine and the feminine energy in balance. So yeah, they may view themselves as these enlightened spiritual individuals, but in reality, there isn't any actual healing or spiritual development going on. It's again an imitation. It's an illusion. But this group just has so much fear around masculine energy,
and they don't. Women, by the way.
It's not just women. This can also refer to men. Absolutely. But yeah, you feel like it's uncomfortable, it's unpredictable. You don't know if you're going to harm yourself or others if you let it free, if you embrace it. But true masculine energy, when it's used properly, it creates such a supportive and protected environment for you and the people around you. It's okay to embrace your masculine energy. It's okay to be who you are. Someone watching this definitely needs to hear it's okay to be a man. There's nothing wrong with it.
This is a very specific message.
That is a very specific message. I don't know for who, and I don't know who needs to hear it, but you do. But on the flip side of this, for someone or for this group, there's so much creative energy just building up and growing. But again, you're scared that the masculine energy is going to burn it up. So instead of placing your focus, placing your energy where it needs to be, you're putting it into things that feel safe and into things that make sense for you.
Someone is also throwing all their energy into external responsibilities to avoid actually having to go internally and balance out, like the energies within themselves, because they think it's safer, or maybe it's more comfortable, or more, what's the word, logical, to just put all your energy into things outside of you and all your responsibilities that you have around you.
Which again is to your detriment, because you don't realize that it's going to result in your creative efforts never bearing fruit. Without the masculine energy there to direct things and move things forward and carry out these plans, you're never going to see your dreams realized. Your passion's going to die out. You can't have a fertile bed of creativity without the support of the masculine energy. It's just not possible.
Explain the mother aspect.
What do you mean?
Why I said that? You can't have a fertile, because the mother aspect is fertility.
Fair.
Because
so expand on that.
Kept seeing the maiden mother. I kept seeing maiden, mother, and crone, because you got the threes. Completely different thing. But the mother wasn't showing up. We kept seeing crone and the maiden and not seeing the mother. And so the mother aspect was missing, which means like that fertile ground for new growth is missing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't become the crone,
Can't become the crone without the mother, and you can't get through that stage without masculine energy to support the mother energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. You heard it here.
As a collective, there's an imbalance between the masculine and feminine, and a lack of authenticity.
Yes. And yeah, this group can realize that very easily. There's a lot of self-awareness within all of you guys. And of course, it's always much easier to see that, we might be making a misstep, or may be making a lot of missteps, multiple incorrect life decisions in hindsight. But if you can take a pause now, just be able to hear the message in the here and now, you can embrace your identity. You can embrace your true power. You can put down the sword and the shield, and you can make peace with the masculine energy inside of yourself. And that's really what you want to do, because you want to become the mage instead of the knight. You want to be able to move fluidly, and you want to be able to move in tune with who you are. Masculine energy wants to help you. It wants to move you out of the stuck or bad situation you're in, but it can only do that if you let it. It's time to stop fighting, and it's time to start embracing balance. So maybe grab yourself some blue aventurine. Work on balancing out those energies. Embrace the masculine energy. It's going to help you to get where you want to go.